So remaining on the topic of 80s and 90s, man. This is discussed quite a bit, I'd say. What are 5 players from today's game that could dominate, just go off in the 80s, 90s, that Magic Bird Jordan era? Joel?
So obviously LeBron is number one. That's
Yeah.
I don't see how people could not say that
Yeah,
LeBron could
it's
dominate
given.
80s, 90s.
No explanation
Like,
there.
okay. Second, Giannis. Giannis is like an athletic Shaq, and he's developing a three. So I feel like he still has that physicality of the bully ball play of back then, but he also has like the finesse, and
Mm.
he can develop a range shot to really dominate in that era.
Yeah.
Third, Kawhi.
Mm-hmm.
Kawhi is a tough player, efficient basket shooter. I think he's just a really solid player.
Mm-hmm.
He won All-Star MVP. He won a championship last year, a year ago today. I just think he's a really solid player who could make his way to the top in that era. AD, also similar to Shaq, very dominant player right now. Physicality is really good, top, and I just think, again, with the bully ball style play, when Jordan and Bird were around, I think he could take advantage of his physicality and really use that to score more, pass more, and all that, succeed. And then lastly, I put Trae Young.
Okay.
And
Whoa.
y'all are gonna.
Okay, let's
Okay,
hear it. Let's hear
yeah,
it.
no. I
That's
want to
an
hear
odd
this. I want to
one.
hear this.
I'm getting
Everyone,
ready. I'm
shut
getting
up.
comfortable for this.
Yeah, no. Let's
Trae
hear this
Young.
one, man.
Trae Young, debatably one of the best shooters I've seen. He shoots
Okay.
from the logo on the daily. It's crazy. And you guys can confirm that he's a insane
No.
range shooter.
Oh yeah,
He can.
I'll give you that.
He can whoop you from range. Yeah, he got.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I'm a circle back to the bully ball thing. We can all can agree, bully ball was the real style of play in the 90s. They're all physical, right? But if Trae Young has that efficient, 3-point from beyond the arc, I think before, the guys can run at him, D him up, he can either have the handles, get it past him, or he can take an easy three and just drain it. He has crazy 3-point.
You
And
were also mentioning the bully ball though, and
Yo,
Trae
Yes.
I
Young
don't.
with
Trae
bully
Young and
ball.
bully ball.
Wait, boys. I'm next. I get to go to that. I get to go to
Alright,
that.
go.
I'm
Go.
ready.
I just think that's an opinion, but after
It's an
I hear you
opinion.
guys, that's
Hey.
I'm
Let's
almost
hope it
guaranteed it's gonna change.
changes. Go
I
ahead.
All
got
right.
ridiculous
Mike?
opinions all the time, so it's fine. It's good.
Go away.
At least I
All
have facts.
right.
I would say.
All right. Let's see. So I was gonna talk about my top 5, but I gotta clear a bit more space for this. Okay, we're talking about 3-point shooters here.
All right.
Steve Kerr is one of the most effective 3-point shooters.
Yeah.
But he did not dominate. There's a clear line between being efficient and dominating. And I don't think these guys dominate. I don't think they get into the paint. Like Steph, I don't know. Like
Yeah. So
maybe a bigger point guard, but like these guys, I don't know, man. Like Trae, I don't know. He has to develop over some time to get there, I think.
Yeah.
He's a bit too small.
It's gonna take time.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
given his potential, I think that's a good pick
Yeah.
for the future,
Mhm.
but not now.
Right
Trae
now,
Young
yeah.
was a
when you
foot
think about it,
taller.
yeah. And when you think about it though, back then the only point guards you saw dominate were the huge ones, right? Like Magic Johnson. How tall was he?
Oh yeah.
Like he
He
was
was
a tall,
He was
tall point
here,
guard.
let me look that
He was
up.
tall enough to play every single position.
Oh yeah.
Also, with shooters, if we're going by '90s rules, shooting was not important.
Exactly.
So you look at guys like Curry and Harden. You put them in the '90s, or even past. You put them in the '60s and '70s. Their value is a lot lower.
down.
Oh yeah.
Goes down.
It's
And if you
only
go by
Yeah.
the '60s and '70s, Harden and Curry would be much worse players. Not only are you not allowed to shoot, there's no 3-point line in the '60s and '70s. Have you seen the carry rules back then and thing?
oh yeah.
They were strict about it. You were not allowed to carry. Well, nowadays, people carry all the time. It doesn't count.
LeBron,
Take a
like-
vacation, bro.
They'd be averaging 8 turnovers a game.
We look at
Uh,
point guards back then too. They were bigger guys. Peyton is like a lot of people can't back down Peyton from like 1 to the 4. Like I don't know, like yeah, you got to be a lot bigger, a lot more physically tough to succeed.
mhm.
That's just my
like
opinion.
Mike was saying about Magic Johnson, to confirm he's 6'9", which is
Exactly.
insane for a point guard.
So you're taking a
Wow.
6'9" point guard and like it's just he could play 1 to 5.
Okay,
So you're not
but
gonna
but
take
that's not the norm though. That's not
Exactly.
the norm though.
Yeah.
No, even back in the day, he was the only.
Yeah,
he was
but
one of the only few
but
tall
That's
players.
what it took to dominate though.
Like-
Exactly. That's what it
As
took
a
to be a
point guard,
dominant
yeah.
point guard. You had to be
Yeah.
tall. If you're taking a guy that Trae Young size 6'1", and you put him
Yeah.
back there with a dominant point guard like Magic Johnson, who was, let's face it, one of the only dominant point guards
guards.
in that era. All the
Him,
more
yeah.
dominant point guards have come in the 2010s and stuff, right?
Mhm.
So you take someone
Mhm.
like Magic Johnson and you put him up against Trae Young. Who's going to be winning that clash? Like who's winning that? It's
Exactly.
Magic
Oh
Johnson.
yeah.
That's a good point. All right, back to my top 5, boys.
Yeah, talk about your players, man. Let's go.
Jeez, it took too long. I had to
Gotta get
adjust
off
that.
this topic. All right.
One, LeBron. Come on, is that
Yeah.
even a debate? I mean,
No,
the
I
guy
think
could
it
play.
should
The guy
just
could play
skip past
football
that.
for God's sake.
It's
Yeah.
given, especially in an era
Sorry
that
about
needs
that.
more physicality.
Yeah. 2, Giannis.
Yep.
Yeah.
Easy. Again, guys, bullies players in the paint. He can handle the ball. Underrated handler of the ball, and he's starting
Yeah.
to develop his shot. Number 3. This took a lot of time to think about, but Kawhi. I think
Yeah.
Yeah.
just a lockdown defender. So good.
Mhm.
4. I got Rudy Gobert.
Mm.
Okay.
Just
I
a
hear this.
great
I
defensive
like
player,
that.
a rebounder,
that.
a
Very-
blocker,
I like that.
That's
a
solid.
grinder. Reminds me a lot of Hakeem Olajuwon and how good he was when
I like
Jordan
that.
was out.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then
I like that a lot.
we're gonna go to 5,
Mhm.
and this took a while, but I'm gonna say Russ.
You know what?
Oh.
I like that. Yes. Okay.
He has,
Pretty good, that's
yeah,
pretty good.
he's just
Let's
just
hear
a
this.
big guy. That like his style of play doesn't really fit now, and I think that's why he's misrepresented now. I mean, he had that one great season, but like
Yeah.
he had nobody on his team, right?
Doubles.
hmm
Say Russell Westbrook was putting up do you think so the style of play he was playing when he was putting up all those triple doubles, if he was playing the same way in the 90s, you think he would still achieve all those triple doubles, or you think he would definitely be stopped?
He'd be a lot more popular. People would be giving him in high regard. Because
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you ask any player from the 90s and 80s and 70s and 60s what they think about Westbrook, they
Yeah.
like it.
oh
You,
yeah,
you never
True.
hear
Right?
No, it's
Like-
a fact. MJ loves him. Oscar Robertson loves him. So
Like yeah,
I
so
those
think
are top-
he
the
would get
only bad thing
like
you hear.
he would be the
from,
new
like,
Big
older
O
players.
in that era.
so
Oh,
only,
yeah.
only new analysts hate Westbrook. It's a fact.
Yeah.
yeah,
Like-
because he
Never
just
hear older
doesn't
guys.
fit the cliche point guard
Uh-huh.
that shoots, that
His
dishes the
mentality
ball.
and his men-
Mhm.
But he's insane. Like, man,
Yeah.
I just don't see like
Yeah.
he's so strong too, and like
Yeah.
he went through an Iron Man streak, which is not getting injured
Yeah.
from like freshman year of college to like 4th year in NBA or something like that when Patrick Beverly injured him.
Yeah.
Like,
he just
that's
shows
insane.
heart over height. He shows that.
Yeah.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
Like he
Telling you, new
shows
analysts, they hate Westbrook. New analysts
Exactly.
hate Westbrook. Old
I have-
guys
Like,
love Westbrook. You ask
it's
Kobe,
hard to
they
not.
like Westbrook as well.
Mhm.
I made a
What's
yeah.
not to like? He puts up insane numbers.
Mm.
I think the only thing not to like really is his attitude sometimes
Yeah.
off the court. But on the court, 10 out of 10. I think.
That's okay. That is just you guys. I love his attitude off the court. But okay, it's
Yeah?
not my list.
Wait. One more wild
Yeah.
card. Okay,
Yeah. Okay.
Ben Simmons.
I
Yo,
like
he's on my
that.
list.
I like
He's on my
that.
Yes,
list.
sir.
He's on my
Ben
list.
Simmons.
Those point guards never shot, man. Think
Yeah.
about it though.
Thank you.
Like
Alright.
he think he dominates
Mm.
for real.
Hey, if
Go
Ben Simmons
ahead, Jordan.
develops a 3-point, you think he would be how dominant do you think he would be in the 90s if he had a 3-point?
Oh my goodness!
I-
If he
That
develops
would
That's
be
Wow, that's a
that's
good
a
question.
whole different.
if he develops that 3-point though and still maintains his strength and stuff from now, come on.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah, good.
Okay. So
Go ahead,
let me go into my list. Let's talk about let's get the obvious out the way, right?
Yes, sir.
Braun, Giannis, and KD. If you don't think
Okay.
those guys could play any other era, I don't know what to tell you. Those are tall guys who can handle. I mean, LeBron, KD could shoot. Obviously, they
Yeah.
have all the abilities to play. Now, we talked about Ben Simmons already.
Yeah.
He's Magic with worse playmaking but better defense.
Oh yeah,
No.
yeah,
Yeah.
I totally agree with
Like,
that.
yeah. Triple
Yeah,
double
so-
every night. And,
He could obviously play in an era where shooting doesn't matter. Now, here's the
Mhm.
one
Yeah.
that nobody's brought up yet, which I'm pretty surprised by. DeMar DeRozan. He does not fit this era of play.
I like
What's
his-
this. I like
Wow.
That's a solid point.
Mid-range shot. What's his best thing? Mid-range
mid
shot.
range, man. Mid range
He
king.
is
In the 80s and 90s,
monster at
people
the
would love
mid-range.
him. People would love the way he plays. It's perfect basketball. Now,
Oh, I love
analytics. First of all, analytics lie to you. Mid-range shots win championships. KD,
But he
Kawhi,
chokes.
LeBron, they all okay. Yeah, but that's them. But like, you
Yeah.
put him in an era
But-
where three-pointers don't matter
Yeah.
as much.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Only
DeMar.
I think his points are going to go up. His perception is going to be a lot better because people are not going to
Yeah.
play him. Now to me, he's still a poor man's MJ, but even still in that era, if you're a poor man's MJ, that's still a great.
You're
Still really
that's still a
good.
solid. Yeah.
yeah.
Being a poor
Like,
man's
'cause
MJ back then is being an all-star right now.
Yeah.
Hall
Being a
of Famer.
possible MVP right now, right? Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's true.
So
And
that's a
his
very
role-
solid point. Yeah.
Yeah, his role wouldn't matter. Like people's like, oh, mid-range shots, which is a lie. Kawhi Leonard has a game off mid-range shots, and he just won the championship last year. KD
Also-
Yeah.
has a mid-range shot. They won the championship back to back.
Mhm.
Notice how KD was gone. Their offense became a lot worse because they don't have a go-to option. Because Curry
they just got that three.
can shoot threes, but he doesn't have that go-to thing that
Uh-huh.
he can rely on consistently in and out.
You got to give DeMar too. He can drive hard, man. Got
Yes,
a
he
great
can.
dunk game. He can finish around the
The
rim,
aggression
draw
in the
fouls.
paint.
We saw it a lot in Toronto. So yeah, man, that's a great pick.
Yeah.
All right, David, you going now? You guys?
Obvious LeBron, Giannis, you know. I have Kawhi Leonard as well. You know, that's a good one. Crazy defense, you know. I'm not like you think he's already amazing defensively right now. Think about back then, an era of you need defense to be good, right?
Yeah.
His defense is going to be up there. He's winning multiple MVPs. He's improving on that offensive game, which is already monstrous. In my eyes, if Kawhi's back then improving on that defense, he could be seen as a Jordan stopper. Okay, he can kill the game.
Yeah,
Okay,
Okay.
I also have Nikola Jokic. Okay,
Okay.
hear me out here. One of the best passing big men of all time, and he's not even done his career. Okay, aside from Wilt.
All right.
Okay, you never saw passing like Jokic did. Okay, and then with Jokic
Mhm.
being in that era, it'll force him to work on his defensive game.
Yeah.
Right. So if you have a guy, his height, his size, right? So he can use his size more, so he can be more physical, right? That's one, and he
Mhm.
totally catch the defense off guard.
Yeah.
He's a big man that could pass and like pass really,
Okay.
really, 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 really well. He's a potential triple double threat
Yeah.
every night. He can
Okay.
he can get the rebounds and then he can get
It's
the
true.
points, the assists, right? And then
Mhm.
also, since he's gonna have to transform himself into more of a big man instead of like a 0.5, right? He can
Mhm.
he can get like a block or two a night too. When you think about it, he would. I feel like
Yeah.
he'd just go crazy, and you know what? He
What
could.
do you think about his defense though against elite centers? We're talking about all-time great centers because his defense is.
Well, his defense needs some work, but
His
when you
defense
think
is
about it,
that's all I'm
if
gonna say.
he's back in that era, of course his defense is going to improve. His defense is going to improve a lot. It's going to have to, or else he won't survive. That's why I put him in there. I said if he does,
Yeah.
like if he
Improves defensively.
actually takes the
yeah.
time to work on his defense, and he's in that era, it's going stupid.
Oh yeah, I can see that for sure.
Yeah. I
Right,
think
yeah.
the only reason Jokic, like his defense isn't as good as it should be, is really the time, because we're in like
Not as
2020 right now.
necessary
Like
now.
this era, yeah. A lot of people prior back in the 90s say if he was put there from the start and like Jokic was a player from the 90s, definitely defense would be a lot more like it would go
Yeah.
up quite a bit because you know that's the style of play and that's how you make
Wait,
it.
And lastly, I got Ben Simmons. Um, just his defense would be so successful back then. DPOY. He would definitely improve on the offensive side. He would definitely get more points per game. His passing and also his size for a point guard. Just pure dominance, and it would be crazy, right? So, you also
Yeah.
gotta take that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Very.